Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. And in this episode of SNTR Gaming News, we will be talking about the server queues in New World continue to frustrate everybody, but I want to talk to you about why it's a delicate situation and they can't just add a bunch of more servers. If you're watching this as a past broadcast, I opened the video with my talk. I'm going into it right now. You can always hit subscribe and the bell button if you want to be here for the live discussions. So we had a bunch of problems yesterday. People are waiting in queues up to 2, 3, or even more hours than that, and people continue to say just add more servers, and I want to talk about why it's not that simple. This is a delicate situation. I want to ask the question as well, how long will people wait before they feel like they are left behind, or they'll just lose interest? And then lastly, this needs to be timed well, or it could cause more harm than good. So what do I mean it's a delicate situation? Well, you have to think about the way that they've built this game. Amazon has built a game that has to have a lot of people on a server in order for it to run well. I'm in the game right now, saving my spot, periodically moving my character, and one of the things you'll notice is people are running around constantly, and the map ownership is changing, and the whole way they've set up PvP influencing PvE, the world feels alive. This means they cannot just add servers continually, because you would end up with servers that only have a couple thousand characters created on it, and in 2 weeks it would feel like a ghost town. There wouldn't be enough people to sustain it. With a 2,000 player cap per server, you probably need about 2 to 3 times that with respect to created characters to ensure that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the world has people in it. It feels alive. It feels like something's going on. They just add server after server after server. It would have depreciating returns, and you would start to rob servers of people, and that could create a lot more problems. There are some other lingering concerns that might be happening right now. I'll talk about that in just a second. Before I get to that, how long is the question I want to ask? How long will people wait? There's, 700,000 some odd people playing at a given time. How long is everybody waiting in queue? Are those 700,000 people that Steam says are playing New World, how many of them are sitting in a queue? Are they all in the game? Are people going to start to lose interest is the real question. The real lingering danger, I think, more than anything, is that players will start to feel like they're left behind. If they feel like they can't catch up with their friends, or they're missing out on all the fun, they will just slowly decide this isn't the game for them. There might need to be some, efforts made by Amazon to speed things up for people that haven't been able to play. Maybe give out some free XP boosts or do some XP events to ensure that, hey, there was a couple of days there where a bunch of you couldn't play and you feel like you got left behind by your buddies. We're going to try to make that right. More and more, it seems to be getting quicker and more balanced, and you're getting into the servers faster, but the problems could continue, which is why response is so critical. Here at the end, I want to talk about a lingering fear that I have with how they're responding to this. I think they're responding well, but I do think it could lead to more problems if it doesn't work out exactly as they're hoping. They are telling people right now, look, we're adding servers, just create a character. You can move your character later. That could turn into another problem. Those servers could become holding pens for people. I want to make a character. I want to get in the game. I want to play, but I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to move to the more popular servers once things thin out. That could turn that server into a ghost town in a matter of, weeks. All of a sudden, everybody's vacating that server, and it could create the problem we're dealing with right now. You could have suddenly this huge influx of people trying to get into the more popular servers, perpetuating the problem that we have right now. So the hope would be that they could hit equilibrium, because right now they're not, and we certainly need that. If you like this opening talk, be sure to stick around for the live stream. If you miss the live stream, hit subscribe and the bell button so that way you're here for it. If you're in the audience, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome everybody into another episode of SNTR Gaming News. We are talking New World again, and the server queues continue to create a lot of frustration in the community, and that's kind of our main topic today. Excuse me. There's nothing worse than opening the video and doing my talk and feeling like I needed to clear my throat that entire time. That was truly horrible. It was truly horrible. Got some new disc plates up. Got a new 80s t-shirt on. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves. I got in right away, and obviously, you know, I'm trying to make sure I don't get kicked. I'm just periodically moving my character in town. Last night, I took forever to get in. I just stayed in that queue just as an experiment, just to see what would happen. I think I got in around 7 o'clock, so it was easily a 5-hour ordeal, you know, just yesterday. So it seems better this morning, but you have to understand something. There's a huge difference between 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern and when I tried to get in yesterday, which was like 11 in the morning. So you've really got to try to get in. If you're going to try to play, you almost need to go queue hours before you intend to. And then the dilemma is you get in and you can't play right then and there, right? You're like, well, I only queued because I wanted to be ready, and now I can't play. I can play maybe in an hour, you know what I mean? You gonna try the new Hot Wheels games? You and the kids would like it? Yeah, we may check it out. My kids like racing games. They like Mario Kart. We periodically play that one. I have a couple of friend requests here. Danaheim and Hipster Runoff. I'm not sure if they show up today. Maybe they could clarify who they are. Those names sound familiar. What's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. How are you, sir? Appreciate you very, very much. And we're just trying basically to level my character. Like, I would like to get pretty well leveled. I would like to get, you know, further into the game so I could start talking about the end game. I could start talking about, you know, all the various facets of the game, the content loop and the leveling. And it's really difficult to talk about that when we had, you know, the first day was, you know, 10 hours. You know, wonder how bad AFK is. They kick you after 25 minutes of AFK. So I tried yesterday to make my character just like run into a wall. That's like what a lot of people try to do, because you can just put auto run on. If you put auto run on and just run into a wall, doesn't work. Does not work. You get kicked after 25 minutes. So I actually look forward to watching you in New World. I watched the replay yesterday. Do you think this game can give you some new home turf? I mean, I was talking about it with Creature yesterday, and we're getting a lot of comments from people that are basically saying this feels like it used to feel. This feels like how Lono covers games. This feels like how he, you know, approaches content creation. We obviously want to be careful. We don't want to suddenly turn around in 2 months and be like, we built another quasi, you know, one game channel. Because, you know, that there's risk that comes with that. Basically, the way I described it to Creature is I'm treating this like whitewater rapids. If you've ever gone whitewater rafting, they teach you how to turn the boat and to not hit rocks and how to stay in the boat. And the water hits at different speeds, right? And I'm treating this like that, you know. That's what I'm treating this like. Is the idea that if all of a sudden we get momentum, if all of a sudden we get momentum and things are looking really well, we'll obviously ride the rapids, but we're gonna try to apply everything we know to not hit the rocks. Like, we don't want to run aground, right? That is my main concern, is running aground. And I know you guys have already submitted some questions. I'm not going to be able to put the questions on the board because I'm in the game, basically, right? Don't want to create yourself into a corner. Well, we've learned a lot about how YouTube works, and the dilemma would be is if I cover New World exclusively for 2 months and all of a sudden we shoot up and have a ton of subs and a bunch of people watching, and then all of a sudden we have to take a break from the game or other stuff comes out, those people are going to say, oh, where's all the New World coverage? You know, they'll start treating me like a New World content creator. And so we're being very forthright with people when I'm playing. I'm like, hey, if you're enjoying the show, I do a talk show in the mornings. I do gameplay in the afternoons. This is a variety gaming channel. We do plan on doing a lot of New World coverage. And if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. So at the very least, I'm letting somebody know when they hit subscribe, like, you're not subscribing to a New World channel. You're subscribing to a gaming channel. And obviously, if New World goes well, it'll be a game that we regularly play, cover, and dive into. This is why my big question marks yesterday when I gave my first impressions, I was like, what's the ongoing content plan? Like, what's their goal? In 30 days, what are we all going to be doing? What are we going to be setting our sights on? If all you're doing is maxing out a character and then doing PvP and not really anything else, I can't imagine the player numbers and the server saturation staying very healthy. I can't imagine it staying very healthy. Sorry, I'm opening up a glasses cleaner that comes with the blue blocks whenever you get them, and my glasses have there's like a smudge. It's driving me crazy. So, we're gonna basically cover this about as exhaustively as I feel like I can. We've learned a lot. It's been really challenging, to figure YouTube out, and YouTube's making a ton of changes to the live streaming environment. So, we were right on the cusp of me just kind of saying, maybe we just need to go to uploads. And then all of a sudden YouTube starts pushing stuff out. They snag Tim the Tat Man and some other big streamers. And it's like, oh, okay, this seems pretty promising. OBS just pushed out a patch for OBS to incorporate a lot of YouTube stuff. Not really stuff that we would utilize, but the patch note said, hey, thanks to the YouTube devs that, worked with us on this. And so that's, that feels pretty good that's going on. So I'm having to use Steam Link to log in and get in the queue remotely about 3 hours before I want to play. Yeah. We do have an Amazon command now too. If you buy the game through Amazon, I will get some commission from that. I have like an Amazon affiliate link now. I need to figure out how to create like a generic Amazon affiliate link, so if you order anything from there, that supports me. New World creators, they sent that out, and I don't have my phone. Where is my? That is so bizarre. I think my phone is in I think it's next to the exercise bike. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Have you seen or heard about people commenting that New World is a game already solved, already guide out for every aspect of the game, and nothing left to discover? Well, I think that was, what is that, Asmongold's? Wait, what? Arch Enigma was hidden by Creature. Unhide user on this channel. Arch Enigma, I fixed it. I think Creature might have fat fingered that. There's literally no way he meant to do that. Here's the issue with that, okay? Here's the issue with that take. I get why somebody would be saying that. I do. But that's unavoidable at this point, to a certain degree, right? You dropped your phone and you got it when you picked it up, right? No worries. This is why I've said their ongoing content plan is super important, because I don't think it's avoidable. Listen, this is a challenge for any game coming out right now. Don't kid yourself. This isn't a problem unique to New World. Any game that comes out right now, this happens with, right? Any game. That happened to Borderlands. right? Within 1 week, everybody had every element of Borderlands broken down. Every weapon, every legendary. Somebody figured out how to, like, glitch it. And they were, like, dropping them all on the ground. And then they had god rolls. And then they were telling people, oh, use this build. This build's busted. The game's actually really boring now. I'm flying through it. That took, like, 48 hours after Borderlands 3 launched. 48 hours, okay? Whether it's Reddit or a forum or YouTubers or streamers, like, this is unavoidable, right? Any game that has long beta or early access. Right, even without the beta or the early access, it would have happened. It would have happened. People would have played the game for a week. I mean, I went and found a guide the day the game launched. A guy had put up a guide, and his guide was terrible, so I made my own. And it was like, here's how to get your harvesting up really, really quickly. And so I was like, yeah, here's a quick guide on how to do that. Now, you have to understand something. I have been telling people more and more and more that New World isn't built for the hardcores. It just isn't. They didn't build it for hardcore MMO guys, traditional MMO guys. They didn't build it for them. That's what I've been saying the entire time. This is a more casual, more mid-lane MMO. And those people will be perfectly satisfied to play this game, look up a guide, figure out all those different things. The beta and early access is definitely what does it. Homie, you're just moving the line, though. If the beta wouldn't have happened, if early access wouldn't have happened, we would be saying everything they're saying in their videos. We just would have said it next week. We would have said it next week. It would have taken a week for the forums and for Reddit and for YouTubers and streamers to be like, here's everything. We've combed over the entire game. Just like that. How to level, how to find resources, where you can find wolves, sheep, rams, salmon, all of it. It doesn't take any time. We know everything day one from betas that ran for like what, a week each? They're like everyone prepared like a madman for release, right? And everybody jumped in, everybody knew what to do. That's exactly what would have happened a week from now. Like, you're acting like, okay, let's do a thought experiment. If the alpha and the beta didn't exist, what do you think that this game would have lasted for 60 days, 90 days with everything inside of it? A week of discovery is better than 0 days of discovery. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad, though. You got to take the good with the bad. They did a beta. They did early access to test it, to figure things out, to get player feedback. It pushed them to delay the game, to work on things and polish things. If they wouldn't have done that, you'd have had a week of mystery, but would have had a week of more problems. You would have had less. I would imagine you'd have had less stress testing that they were able to experience, less debugging, like less bug squashing, basically. So the almighty mystery of that 1 week, it wouldn't have been worth it in my mind. The mystery is not a clear value transmission. Do you want to know what a clear value transmission is? The game works. The servers are running. Like, people are in the game. Like, that's more important to the purchasing consumer than, oh, well, I went and watched a YouTube video and now I know everything. The average consumer's not doing that. You understand that the average consumer doesn't know any of the things that you know. If you're in my chat right now and you know all these things and you played and you watch the videos and you hang out here and you're in our company, most of the people playing this game, they're just running around having a ball. I guarantee you there are tons of people in this game that have no clue that I exist. They've never seen a guide video on harvesting. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you don't need to go watch all those guides, and lots of people won't. Lots of people will not do it. Did Nightbot ever respond to Barrier with the Amazon command? I guess Nightbot not working? Oh, I know what it is. Nightbot in Discord is not the same as Nightbot on gaming. I'll fix that. There we go. The Amazon command now exists here too. They're different. It's a different Nightbot. I really got to disagree. I think gamers are more privy to looking things up than you give them credit for. Well, but Ashton, they're making it sound like all mystery is gone. There's nothing, everybody knows everything, and there's nothing to discover. And I think that that's extreme. That's extreme. And we do it to ourselves. Yo, my man Vinny Vaughn coming in and doing a membership. Thanks for doing that, Vinny. Glad to have you in the company. Glad to have you in Rageous Roast Coffee Company in New World. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that support. Like, we do this to ourselves, okay? A beta and an alpha comes out. We all scramble to get in. We're dying to get in for the minute it's available. If we're not in, we're angry. And then we play until our eyes bleed. We adjust our schedules. We sleep less. We watch. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? How do we do this? Where's the guide video? Oh, this is taking too long. I gotta find a shortcut. And then we turn around and we're like, and we want to act like it's the game's fault. You know what I mean? Like, we want to act like it's the game's fault. Like, it's their fault for doing an alpha and a beta, that you played like crazy, that the community played like crazy, that guide videos got created. That's not their fault. That's not their fault at all. It's our fault. That's what we do. This is why I've said time and time again, if you're going to make a looter, if you're going to make a game like this, you better be frickin' ready. You better be ready, because we're piranhas that blame the cow for not having enough meat on its bones. Like, that's what we are. BBQ with a $5 tip. Looking back on it now, would you have chosen a less populated server? No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I haven't checked the map this morning either. Green is rocking it right now. Green has 2, 4, 6. Purple has 2 and gold has 2. Yeah, green is just crushing it right now. If you go and look up a video that has guides and spoilers, you're not allowed to complain that the game has no mystery left. That's what I'm saying. Without the beta, they would take valuable game time to make guides and fall behind others. I don't know. I logged in at 7 with no queue. Yeah, early morning is pretty fast. What's good, Agent Atwood? Early morning is pretty fast. Yo, Shenanigans with the membership. Guys, if you haven't done a membership here yet, consider clicking join. It gets you a badge and emotes. It gets you in our Discord server. It makes it easier to get you in our New World server and our company. Thank you, Shenanigans. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. A lot of people won't use those guides. A lot of people just play the game. I've told you guys time and time again that my instinct on this game is that it appeals more to a mid-lane casual player, and that's why the hardcore players are getting frustrated. They're getting frustrated. Like, they play like crazy, they find every single thing they can find, and then they're like, well, there's nothing left now. A game this size, with this much to do, and I find it unsurprising. I find it unsurprising that within 48 hours, people are like, there's nothing really to do or discover. I'm bored. Like, that's really unsurprising, you know? Agree 100%, because in the ages of the internet, information is currency, and new games are like fresh gold mines for content makers. What class or races can you pick? You can't do that. You don't do that lightly. So what you do is you use a weapon, and a weapon has a skill tree, and there is, let me tell you how many there are right now. Weapon mastery, there is 3 one-handed, 3 two-handed, there's 2 range type weapons, and then there's 3 magic, okay? So right now I've been using sword and shield. Sword and shield has its own skill tree that I've been leveling up. I have like moves I can do, those moves apply bleed and different things, right? So tell them about the fire staff. That's right. So the more you use a weapon, the more you level that up. I'll just show you. I'll show you. I'm in the game right now. So here's my sword and shield, right? And I went down sword master. Now you could go down defender in sword and shield, and then I can respec it if I don't like what I have. Go back. So whatever you use, you level. So there's no classes. You're basically picking a weapon, and if you get tired of sword and shield, you can be like, well, I'm gonna try the rapier or the hatchet or a warhammer, and you just start using it, and it starts leveling that mastery, and then you could start fiddling around with these skill trees, right? So I think this is better than having a class system, because at any point in time with your character, you don't have to like make a new character. You can just say, I want to start to master something else. I want to start to work on something else, right? And so it gives you, I think it gives you a good amount of freedom. And like, as an example, Light Leap, just yesterday I thought, I'm going to get later in the game and I'm going to want to be able to support people with healing. So I got a healing staff and I'm going to start to build up my healing staff. So I can go into battle and I can toggle between those two, my sword and shield or my healing staff. I can toggle between the two, okay? And I can have them both at a good level, and then I can do kind of both. I can support my team, I can do some good damage, but I'm never going to do anything with a bow or a hammer. Maybe later I decide to. Maybe later I get to a point where I'm like, well, let me level up a hammer and see how it plays. And I run around and I grind and level up the hammer and try and get a good one and try different builds with the hammer. And then maybe it gets strong enough and I take it into a dungeon, right? So I actually like the way they have it set up. I actually think it's very, very good. That might be a good video. We need to start doing that, like planning our videos. Weapon mastery versus classes. Like weapon mastery versus classes. Why I like that. I think it offers a good amount of depth and a good amount of customization without you feeling like you're like, well, I picked wrong, gotta start all the way over, Somebody has a good paladin guide for combo. Right. The existence of guides puts pressure on players to watch and read them. Right, but there's not a solution to the problem that you're outlining. This is what gamers do. This is the generation of gamers that we live in, right? Okay, so it's right now humanity is cursed with an overabundance of technology and information. It's ripping certain fabrics of society to ribbons. Our sense of justice, our sense of what's right and wrong, our sense of discourse and dialogue is being completely destroyed by technology and information and misinformation, right? And gamers are not immune to this. We're not immune to this reality. We live at a time where when you get a game, you can, within the first 24 hours, you can know everything about that game. Where's every single nut, leaf, rock, hidden skull, or diamond? It's all there. Within like a day, it's there. And it's really hard not to go look. Because if you want those things, if you want to get those shortcuts, if you want to get that progress, right? Like, that's it. That's it. It's right there. And this tends to create, I think, what it creates is vacuums, like substance vacuums. We have all these substance vacuums in games now. A game launches, and within a week, it's chopped up, sliced up. There's a video, there's a guide, there's a build. Reddit has it, YouTube has it, everywhere has it. It's been completely, what's the word? It's like an autopsy before the game is dead, right? You're chopping the game up into every little piece that you can and being like, here's this, here's this, here's that, here's this. It's like a pre-mortem autopsy. It's like the game just came out. It's still alive, and we're already slicing it up into pieces to talk about each individual piece in like a very mechanical way. Like you're never going to stop this. You just have to learn to accept that this is what's going to happen. New World's built in such a way that the grind to end game would take several days at least. Right, and I think it's not really a dissection. It's more of an autopsy. It's like you're taking every little piece out to understand it. I guess you could say it's dissected, like when you dissect a frog in science class, right? I guess it's more like that, to maybe not be so morbid, But that's what it is. And what are we supposed to do? Fault people? Like that's what we do. We are so passionate about these games. We're so passionate about what they have and what they do that we dive in head first. Listen, this conversation, right? This conversation is not new to me. Okay? It's not new to me. We had this conversation when we covered another game all the time, right? Somebody would play the game, and they would play the game for literally days on end. They wouldn't sleep. They would completely alter their daily life around the game. And then 2 weeks later, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Okay, like, how are we not surprised? Water's wet and the sky is blue. Yeah, of course. Of course you're bored. You played the game in a completely unnatural way, and now you're out of stuff to do, The game could have done small closed betas with NDAs, and there would still be mystery for the community. I think reality is just settling on people. I really do. I think reality is settling on people. Do you honestly think if they wouldn't have done any of that, Demetrius, and it took YouTubers and Reddit a week to dissect this game, we'd be saying the same thing in a week? The more hardcore wired players would be saying, the game's basically over. We know everything. There's no mystery. We figured it all out. It didn't take very long. Here we are. Here we sit. You wouldn't be like, but I had a week of mystery. No. You can't retroactively, change what you think your mind would have thought. I would have enjoyed at least a week of mystery. Would you? Would you have? Or would you have been like everybody else, and 2 days in, you'd have been looking up guides on how to find stuff, and guides on where to go, and guides on how to level quick. And then a week later, you'd be like, well, we tapped this game out. It is empty, This barrel is dry already. I don't know. Is there a From Friday this week? I think we should be able to do one this week, Diaz. I was not feeling well on Friday, and then Death Stranding just zapped me. Have you ever watched a movie and then you're tired afterwards? That's how I felt after playing Death Stranding. It would have been a bad stream. I am sorry. I know you're one of the people that loves From Friday. I was extremely torn, but I knew it was the right decision. I got to open the door. Give me just a second. When it's not hot enough outside for the AC to kick on, this room just gets so stuffy and warm. The sense of mystery for a week is the best part of a new launch. I mean, I don't know what to I just don't know what to say. I think it's too much woulda, shoulda, coulda for my palate, right? I think it's too much woulda, shoulda, coulda. Well, if they would have done this, they should have done this, they could have done this, and it's like, the game had already gone through massive changes. They have a whole blog on this, on how it originally was going to be always open world PvP, and then it was delayed, and then it was delayed again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And in the midst of all of that, in my opinion, they do what's unprecedented. They say, we're going to let the public play and see the game. What? Really? Okay. Do you know what everybody kept saying? Amazon, and their Crucible game. Amazon can't make an MMO. And then all of a sudden people are like, this game's actually pretty good. This game's actually not too bad. Okay. Next one comes out, and everybody jumps in. Everybody plays like crazy, and what happens? Asmongold has a video hits where he's like, I don't think the game's ready. It seems pretty rough. It doesn't seem like there's much to it. It seems like everybody's going to be able to level pretty quickly if they play it that fast. And I'm on the sidelines saying, no one's paying attention. This game is not meant to be a traditional MMO. This game is meant to be something different. It's more in the middle. It's more approachable. It's more action-adventure. It is more casual and accessible. It's not designed to be another WoW. It isn't. Okay? And people played it like it was supposed to be built for that, right? If you drive, I can't think of a good example. If you take a non-off-road vehicle off-road, do you want to know what's going to happen? It's not going to last very long. That car is going to sputter out. Tires are going to pop. Engine's going to get filled with dirt. It's not going to work. You're going to run that thing into the ground. It's going to be smoking in a day. That's what this game is. It's not an off-road vehicle, and that's what people drove it like. They're like, durr, durr. I don't understand the engine smoking after like a day. I don't get it. Yeah, that's not the game that they built. It's more casual than WoW and Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's not. I don't think this game is built for people. I'm telling you right now, I said this would happen. What did I say? What did I say? I told people. I said, give it a week and all the traditional MMO guys are going to be complaining and walking away. I said that. I literally told you guys this would happen. I said, the traditional MMO guys, this game's not going to last for them. If you haven't been watching guides, you're at a big disadvantage when it comes to defending your factions and your territories. I mean, come on. Like, that's okay, though. That's okay. That's self-imposed pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. We said this the other day. So, when Aliens Fireteam launched, and I talked about why I thought the game was good, and I talked about how we need to be okay with good, right? And then thegamer.com almost verbatim copied my premise, and they wrote an article like something like, I forget what it was called, like we need to be okay with, I forget what they called it. Was it mediocre games creature? It was like right out of my stream. I was like, the frick? It was exactly what I had been arguing for. We need to be okay with good. Like, if it's not mind-blowing, if I don't have a tear rolling down my cheek from how beautiful and amazing the game is, we're like, it sucks. This game sucks, okay? And when this game hit, I kept telling people, I was like, I think people are expecting this game to be something that it's not. It seems like it appeals more to the mid-lane player. It feels like more traditional MMO fans are going to fall off the wagon pretty quickly. You know, it doesn't seem like it's going to have enough there for those types of players, you know, and people are coming in and being like, it better be, you know, another WoW, and if it's not, it's trash, you know? It's only rated 7 out of 10? Right, not going to play it. My money is on no, not a bad thing. Which are you guys talking about? Is that a bad thing, though, if the traditional MMO guys walk away? No. No, it's not. It's good for people to walk away from games that aren't built for them, you know? Did Lono say this game is more casual, meaning it's not so much of a time sink? It is a lot more approachable, yes, Christina. You could play this game for an hour or two a night, and you would feel like you're making progress. You play for an hour or two a night in WoW, and you'd be like, I'm just getting started, and I have to shut down. Like, it's very, very different. Now, I know WoW changed. Over the years, but this game is very approachable and accessible in the realm of MMOs. You're gonna be just fine if you play this the way that you played the other game we used to cover. You'll be fine. Charles Freeman with a membership. Thank you so much. Welcome to SNTR Gaming. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. We'd love to see those membership numbers go up. We've unlocked some emotes. I'll give you guys some new emotes very soon. The game revolves around PvP. You think people aren't going to min-max and play as efficient as possible to win? Winning feels good and people want to win. I'm telling you right now, you guys are underestimating my Nostradamus-like abilities. There are tons of people in this game that don't give a lick about PvP, and they ain't going to pay any attention to it. They're going to quest, they're going to grind, they're going to make their guy look dope, they're going to buy a house, they're going to grow cabbage. Like, there are tons of people. So you think 700,000 people are trying to play and are playing at a given time, and they're all PvP fans? No. We know this is not true. Winning. Winning. I'm telling you, my gut instinct on this game is full. This game is full of mid-lane, casual, non-PvP players. That's my gut instinct on this game right now. I'm telling you, there's a ton of them. And I know PvP is woven into it. And I know that means you feel like you got to min-max. And I know that means you feel like you got to watch a guide. But let me free you from that. You don't. You don't have to do any of those things. You could take it easy for a week and then mount a comeback. You don't have to do those things. Who's applying this pressure on you? Who? Where is it going? I'm having a ball. I look at the map and I'm like, good job, Green, and I go back to my day. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a perfectly fine time. And I'm not flagged for PvP once. You know? Money's in turnips. This is not Animal Crossing, Ashen. I agree, but the territory defense aspect of PvP is huge. Sure it is. But you're the master of your domain. No one has to... No one's forcing you to be like, gotta grind, gotta watch a video, gotta min-max, gotta win that first battle. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. The game will be here in a week. It will be here in a month. Just play. You're saying you were robbed of mystery by a beta and an alpha? No, you were not. No. If I put 25 cookies on a table and you eat 22, it ain't my fault you got a bellyache. It ain't on me. That's on you. You did it. Well, but there's people coming in and I had to get as much as No, you didn't. You could have had 2 and been satisfied. Maybe I'd have had more next week for you. You didn't have to do that. No one made you do that. It's like when he's like, somebody pulled my tail. He's like, you did it yourself. New World is the new Outriders? I don't know about that. I would imagine they have an ongoing content plan, and Outriders told us from the beginning that they didn't have an ongoing content plan. They were like, no, we're not doing anything. This is it. It's a complete game. $60. It's not a live service game. Somebody said I'd have to take a week away from my kids to grind to win for my faction in PvP. What would you say? I'd say you need to find a new faction. Steven Seagal giving me $2 Canadian. I'm going to turn that in for a postage stamp later. MMORPG minus the P. Playing not PvP, all types out there. I don't know what you mean. I'm confused. Bellyaching's pretty much all I'm hearing. I mean, Demetrius, you know I love you, but like I think you guys are overstating it, and you got to own some of this. Some of this is on you. You know, Gail said, "I can't wait for Lono to say in a week why he's done with New World." What? You don't know me? You don't know me? I may be maxing out every weapon mastery in a week and just talking to you guys about the imbalance in the game, or the certain things aren't strong enough, or this thing needs to be looked at as too strong, right? P means playing, not PvP. Oh, role-playing game. I got what you... Okay, cool. MMORPG. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, there's all types of players out there. That's exactly right. I'll be catching some big tadpoles. I'm just here with the back and forth. I know I'm optimizing the fun out of my own game. And you know what's funny, Demetrius? You can't stop. You can't stop. It's how you're wired. It's who you are. One of the things I've learned through therapy and having my life destroyed is that you have to live life on life's terms. And that's you. That's your limp. That's you. You got to learn to live with you, and what you're going to do is a game's going to come out and you're going to look at guides and you're going to watch videos, and then you're going to get frustrated because you're going to say, you know, the thrill is gone. The mystery's gone. Well, you did it. Nobody did it. It's not like they clockwork oranged you and like held your eyeballs open and made you, I could sit like this for a little bit and make it really uncomfortable for you guys, and like made you watch the videos, you know, and you're like, please, no, my mystery. Come on. But you got to wake up in the morning and say, this is who I am. This is going to be something that can, you know, this is going to cause a little bit of a devaluation of the stuff that I pick up and play. You got to accept it, you know. Low Life King with a $20 tip. Dear sweet Papa Lono, been thinking about joining the PC tribe. Is there any PC or piece of hardware you would recommend for someone who don't know anybody or stay strong? My man, thank you for the 20 spot. You're best off going to somebody like an organization that'll build it for you, I would think, right now, because they actually have parts on hand, usually, you know. Or you just go pre-build. There's no wrong right now. I would not try to build it on your own if you're kind of like, if you're ignorant, then in the best way, you're just ignorant. You don't understand the stuff. I wouldn't do PC part picker, no, because then it's like he's going to show up and he's got to do it all for you. I would find a company, you know, what's that guy's name? We were friends at a time. Power GPU or whatever. You could talk to him. There's websites like Zydax and all these other places that'll just like, you know, you just buy a pre-made, you know what I mean? Yo, 2 months from English Oat. Starting my membership grind all over again. My man, thank you. Or just buy, yeah, I wouldn't do Alienware. I would go someplace that can kind of build it for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll be playing New World again today. Yes. If so, are you in queue? No, I am in the game right now. I am in the game. I'm actively in the game, periodically moving my character to ensure that I don't get kicked. I got right in this morning, but I wasn't going to gamble and be like, well, we'll try again at like 11. Like, I wasn't going to do that. Building it on your own with no previous knowledge is not impossible given patience and willingness to research. I built mine not knowing what I was doing when I get started. So if you read what Arch Enigma just typed and you feel like me and you're like, ugh, like that sounds terrible, then yeah, I just buy pre-built. Building it on your own's fine. You just have to have patience and a willingness to research. Oh gosh, that sounds like running. Why would I do that? Then, you know, find a place that'll build it for you. Just find a place that'll build it for you, because that sounds awful. Sounds like friggin' homework. Yo, Tommy Humphrey's coming in doing a membership. So many members today, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. Be sure, if you're a member, to get into the Discord, connect, hook it up. LFG, we got a faction, we got a server, we got a company for New World. We're going to be doing similar things in coverage. We got games like Battlefield. We've got games like Halo. We want to be like a central hub for gaming news coverage, gaming community building, all those things. All those things. Roll the likes over. 350 watching, less than 200 likes. Yeah, if you guys are new and you haven't hit the like button yet, do me a favor and do that. Also, we'd love to meet new people. If you like my New World coverage, you're looking forward to watching me play today, or you enjoy the conversation, you think I'm covering the game well, hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my coverage. Keep in mind, we do cover more than New World here. Variety gaming coverage. When big news hits or big games hit, we are playing them and we are covering them. Fat Steven Seagal with a $2 tip. Just get a Walmart pre-built and some groceries. Yeah. Just grab a bag of apples and a pre-built gaming rig. Christian Garcia coming in with a $2 tip. I love his avatar. Christian, I love your avatar. It looks like I would pick you. I feel like I'm playing fantasy soccer, like a fantasy soccer league, and I'm like, I want him. Like the shirt and the color and the green behind you, it's so perfect. I'm like, yeah, I want him on my soccer team. You know, I'm sorry if you live in a place that isn't America and you're snobbish about it. Football. There you go. Pre-internet, there was a mystery building PCs. I used to do that. Yeah, I used to do that. How many displays do you have? Well, I'm partnered with Displate, so they send them to me, and I picked this one out. Oh, yes. I picked that one out. Hellblade 2, can't wait. They sent me 3 Deathloop ones just because they got licensed Deathloop stuff over there on Displate. So if you use the Displate command, or if you're watching the past broadcast, you can use the Displate link below. It applies a discount at checkout. That does support me. You can order anything on the website after you click my link, and it supports me and gets you a pretty nice discount. They are very cool, by the way. Displate's a dope company. We need to do... That's actually me. I'm in the U.S., came from Puerto Rico. Okay. Well, happy to have you here. Welcome. You probably play soccer. I mean, I think that's a fair assumption. That's not an assumption that would get you into any trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you just assume? No, I think you can assume that about people, and they'd be like, I actually do. And if they don't, they wouldn't be upset. They'd be like, that's okay. I get that a lot. You're from Brazil, huh? Yeah. You bet you play soccer. How dare you, sir? Yeah, maybe baseball. Yeah, that's true. Puerto Rico, it could go baseball. Baseball or soccer, or both. How about some baseball soccer? How about playing baseball with a soccer ball? Playing soccer with a baseball. This is awful. All of this is terrible. I'll forever hear Dr. Disrespect's voice when I hear Puerto Rico. Well, when he yells Raul. Those are some nice Microsoft displays. Yeah, that's right. The amount of people macroing at the Hermit Hut is hilarious and sad. Why are they macroing at the Hermit Hut? Why would they be doing that? Should I be promoting anyone to officer so they can throw out company invites? I feel bad that I can't be on sometimes. Folks are needing invites. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the company here. And what do we have? We have 10 members. We have you that I know and would trust with like an officer. We could make Silent Warrior. I'll do that right now. Silent Warrior is an officer, so he could send some invites if need be. He's been around for a while. Hilly and Old Soul need invites. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I should be able to get offline. Oh, you have to become friends in the game, because I'm not friends with Hilly. I got Dannenheim and Hipster Runoff are asking me to become my friends, and I don't know what that is. I don't know who they are. I mean, I recognize the names, but Lono could be macroing fish while he's chatting. Oh, you're Hipster Runoff, Old Soul? Oh, hang on a second. I can take care of that right now. Okay. All right. And now, my friends list is glitched now. Hang on. I can't, there we go. Invite to company. There we go. Who's Leviathan? Wait, I know that name. Leviathan, are you here? Leviathan wants to be friends. Yeah, I just sent you a company invite. We're going to try and get as many people as we can in the company and really start working on stuff. If you guys are new, we need a poll. We need a poll for today, though. We do. Maybe we could just do a generic one. Which displate's better behind Lono? I don't know. That's me. Oh, you're Leviathan, Dad, not good? Can I be an officer? Yeah, Vengeance. If I recognize your name, I'll make people like that officers. I got no problem with that. I'm the Mipsy. Can I get an invite? You just got to find me on the server. My name's Lono. You just send me a friend invite, and I'll get you in. I just need to recognize your name. I don't want people coming in that I don't recognize. Do you understand? You understand why I would say that? Like, I just don't want some drive-by people. All right, invite to company. We got Leviathan. Who's Ashaya? Yeah, I'm on right now. I'm in right now. So if you send me friend invites right now, we will get you guys, right? You thought the Displate one was RoboCop? It's really nice, isn't it? It's really nice. I wish I liked that game more. I really wish I liked that game more. Like, you're a Shea Tuesday topper? Okay. I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Love the shirt. Yeah, guys, remember to use code Lono over at 80s Tees. I'm Mipsy from Stream Chat. Well, you sent me a message. Send me a friend invite. Who's Ghost Archer? I got Dannenheim and Ghost Archer for friend invites. Yeah, Rageless Roast is growing. Order some Rageless Roast this morning, right? You know what I mean? Order some. Backyard explanations with a membership. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. Be sure to get in the Discord. Get in the company. Get in our New World company. Eugene with the $20 tip says, tried to sneak one in on me, USB. What? What are you talking about? Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. 2 bags of dark roast to D-Tom. Thank you, D-Tom. Our first coffee order of the day. We always need to get 3 orders every day. We need that. You know, that's our goal. Also, dark roast for the win. I don't understand. What are you talking about? Who's Ghost Archer? Ghosted into the Discord. He's a member. Okay, I got you. I got you, Ghost Archer. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you right now. Ghost Archer, invite to company. Done. Done. What server do you play on? Did it look like I looked up? Coffee order arrived. Oh, you're paying me. I told you I'd take care of you, Eugene. I just went and told Madam. I said, yeah, throw an extra bag in for Eugene. He messed the order up. I told her, I said, he's good for it, because I knew you would do that. I was like, he'll pay for it. You know, I figured you would just tip me through Super Chat or something. I knew you were good for it. I was like, yeah, just throw the bag in. You literally pointed right at the name. Yeah. There we go. Can I ask one more question? Does combat feel classic MMO spamming buttons, or is it more action-oriented? It is more action-oriented, Light Leap. It's basically like, it's like ESO with a little bit of MMO. Like, it's like that. Like, it's more action-oriented. You're rolling, you're dodging, you're hitting. Like, you have to embrace the rhythm, okay? There's Mipsy. You have to embrace the rhythm. You can't just go in and, like, animation cancel and, like, you can't just go crazy, okay? You can't. It feels more like Black Desert. I'm loving the coffee, by the way, making some more right now. Thank you, man. We really appreciate. It's it's been really friggin' hard, man, and the response to the New World coverage, the response to the coffee, it feels like we're maybe the plane can land a little bit. You know, we can get out of the storm and just land for a bit. Light Leap with a 20 spot for Eugene's coffee. Oh, Eugene already paid for it. Thanks, Light Leap. I appreciate it. We do need to restock the fridge, though, with beer, so I'll use that for Beer Leap. You know, that good German money. It'll go to some booze. I wanted to buy coffee for Eugene. Well, instead you're buying booze for me, Light Leap. Get over it. You know what I mean? You've needed a central focus. Hope New World does well. I missed having a game in common with you. Yeah, New World needs to get on console. You guys understand, this could be, right? You could not make the German and me more happier. That's right. I knew. I'll get a good dark beer. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a good dark beer. You're supposed to give me the money, Leap. That's right. I missed the Q&A deep dives. Well, something really good could happen with New World, and I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I don't. But if we spend a year periodically covering it, grinding it, debating it, discussing it, if they keep adding to it and expanding it, boy oh boy would the green lights go on if they suddenly moved it to console, and gave it crossplay. Woo, doggy! That'd be big for us as a community. That'd be big for me. So, those of you that will not be able to play because, you won't be able to play because it's on PC, we are going to be very cognizant of that. There's Halo on the horizon. There's Battlefield on the horizon. There's apparently a new looter on the horizon, that could be good. Here's more to restock the fridge. My man, thank you, Sorcerer of Havoc. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hilly and I need to be stocked up for Friday nights. Isaac coming in with a membership. I love to see the membership go up. We would love to get to about 500 members over here. We're in the mid 300s. So thank you everybody who has either double dipped. If you're doing memberships on the other channel, thank you for that. That channel's still going. It's still getting premieres and it's still getting live streams on Friday night with me and Hilly. Some of you guys have moved. Some of you guys have moved your memberships over here. That's totally fine. You've shut off there and come over here. That's great. Some of you are new and you're just like, this is a cool place. I'm going to hit subscribe and become a member. We appreciate that very much. We're known for being a dope community that covers and debates games, and we've kind of wanted a home. Elden Ring could be really good for us because we put a lot of time in with the From Software, crowd on Fridays. 20 spot from Vengeance. Here's another 20 for your alcohol problem. I like that. I like the way you worded that. For your alcohol problem. I mean, you don't have a problem. I mean, you don't have any, and that's a problem. Here, whatever. Yeah. Almost halfway to my next red badge. Yo, Sorcerer, doing a tier 2 for 5 months. That is very generous. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. I mean it. I really mean it. A lot of people do this, and a lot of people a lot of people do this, and they get members and tips, and it becomes just like a rehearsed thing. And I genuinely, every coffee order, every tip, every membership is just directly helping us kind of get back into a good place, and it supports my family, and I don't take that for granted. How does me paying for coffee turn into beer money tips? Eugene, just come on, just ride it. Shout out to the Double Dip Club. Yeah, the Double Dip Club is real. For a second, I was wondering why I didn't see. I was a member, but I forget my member on the other channel. Should I change this one from now on? You do whatever's best for you, Shaka Zulu. You do whatever's best for you, because it doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't. 7 months from Creature to Good Places. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I really, really do. If you guys are here and you're new, and you're here for New World coverage, you can pick my brain. There's a question command that you can use. I've got some questions here. Here's one right here from Greenside. B420 Greenside submitted a question. Do you think Amazon made the server small on purpose to make their game seem more busy than it would be if they had bigger servers? Well, I addressed this in the opener. All right? I talked about the delicate balance, okay? There's a delicate balance here. They cannot just start adding more servers because that creates a different problem. Now, you're asking, are the servers small on purpose? No, I think that they set a limit that would work with what is going on, like with map control, with battles, with the sense of saturation, with the sense of a living world. They need it to be at about that number. This is one of the things that the alpha and the beta probably helped us with. Okay, it probably helped confirm some of their simulations with respect to, if we set the limit here, then this should be a pretty vibrant and pretty consistently saturated server with lots of people doing lots of different things. I have seen almost no trends yet. I've seen people fishing, I've seen campfires, I've seen people chopping down trees, hunting wolves. I shoutcasted some guys that were fighting PvP in the wild. I thought that was very, very fun. I mean, there's just been sort of a constant flow of stuff going on. And so for me, I think they've done a pretty good job. I don't think they intentionally did it small. I don't think there's anything sinister going on, okay? This is what I think happens to us as gamers. We develop a skepticism and a cynicism about every company that's out there, like, oh, surely this is on purpose. Yes, I see. They kept the servers small so that the game would feel big. Yes, that's what they did. Probably not. I highly doubt that. Oh, I know what they did. They're keeping people in queue so that they can't get a refund. Yes, they don't want people playing their game. No, they didn't. They let people play an alpha and a beta for free. They let people see the game for no money. They're not trying to rip you off. They're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to get you to sit in a queue for 2 hours. If this game would have come out and nobody had seen it and everybody that played it was under NDA and everything was shrouded in secrecy, well, then I might buy into your tinfoil hat theory that, well, they wanted everybody in queue for 2 hours so they couldn't refund the game. Come on. No. Nobody wants to launch their game. Someone say drinks. My man Oscar, thank you for the 20 spot. Nobody wants people buying their game and saying, this sucks, I can't get in. Do you honestly think they wanted like a monsoon of dissatisfied customers? Well, I hit 2 hours, can't refund it. They got me. No, they don't want that because you're going to get review bombed. That's not good for your game's launch. That's not good for your community. It wasn't the plan. You know what I mean? The displays look so good today with that light border. They're popping, aren't they? I love that one. Like Senua is she's my spirit animal, dude. Like she means a lot to me. That character, that story, the way she fights back. Ooh. I've been given a gift, and that gift was painful and it hurt. It really was. But I tell you what, I connect with games and stories on such a deeper level now. If there's ever a chance for like vengeance or justice, I am so in there. I get my immersion is at the highest level that it could be. I'm like breathing with the main character. I'm in there, dude. I have been given a gift. It didn't feel like a gift at the time, but that's how it feels now. That's how it feels now. I said that the other day. I said I think one of the reasons I really like these Dark Souls games is I want to destroy something and I want it to deserve it. I feel so good when I beat a boss in Dark Souls because it deserves it. And so we're really coming full circle in the psychology of why I enjoy certain games. And I really, really like Senua and Hellblade because it's a great story. You mean the TV, right? The TV? Abe! That was good. That was well done. That was really well done. I like a well-timed joke. We need a poll. We need 300 likes. Are we even close to 300? We're at 240. If 50 people right now sync up their digital watches and slam that like button at the same time. That's right, they deserve it. Just don't read the lore of Sif the Grey Wolf. I'm not gonna go read the lore. I'm gonna leave that in your hands, Ashen. You know. Hey Lono, do you consider this a form of therapy? No. Gaming can certainly do that for me. Talking to the public can if I'm on a certain subject, but yeah, no, I don't think so. So you need to play The Last of Us 2. Yeah, I know. They're gonna do something with that game soon, and I think we'll try to dive in. I'm curious right now. We could do a poll. I want to know how many people in the audience have you played or will you... Oh, well, hang on. That's too... Because too many of you are on console. Let me think. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Let's try this. Do you use guides and videos to complete games faster? That's what I want to know. Yes or no? We were debating that earlier. Do you use guides and videos to complete games faster? We'll just put a slash, guides or videos, and or videos. Right? You got to be really careful with the poll questions, because people like, well, I don't use guides or videos. What I use is strategy guides. So, do you use guides or videos to beat games faster? Is that something that you do? Depends on the game. Any game. If you do it sometimes, that's a yes. If you've never done it, that's a no. Guides and videos are my last resort if I can't find it myself and I'm wasting too much time. Poll needs a sometimes. Well, if you do it sometimes, then that's a yes. Like, if you never do it, then it's a no, right? I almost never do it, and then I get desperate. So, like, I would pick yes. Like, yeah, I do. Like, I definitely get to that point sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Now, my wife and I'll be playing a game, and she's like, just look it up. And I'm like, no, we can figure this out. Like, I'm so reluctant to do it. My stubbornness is it's a problem, okay? It's a problem. It's a problem. Because if I've gotten 2 of the wolves, so in my New World gameplay, if I've gotten 2 of the wolves and I need 1 more, I will literally stay in that area for the 1 wolf, no matter how long it takes. Like, oh my God. Come on, where is he? Lono claims he almost never does it, yet here is chat always giving him answers and clues. That is true. That is a little bit different, though, Abe. That is true. If I'm playing and I'm, like, not streaming, like playing a game with, like, my wife or something, I really like to try to figure stuff out on my own. And if it's a puzzle, I don't look at chat if it's a puzzle. I'm like, don't look at chat. Solve it on your own. I prefer that. I prefer to solve it on my own if I can. And it's really tough as a streamer to not cheat and look at chat, right? How do I join the Discord? Just use the Discord command, click the link. And then Discord user settings, you'll want to connect it with your YouTube account. Once you're in there, you can connect the two. And that way, if you are, because you're a member, you get access to, like, extra stuff in there. We've got all kind of rooms for you guys in there for different games, different ways to connect. Like trying to get a salmon and ending up with a tadpole. That's right. To complete a story or puzzle, no. To get ideas for min-maxing, yes. Yeah, like, if someone tells me how to solve a puzzle, I'll get really, really frustrated. I'm like, don't do that. Don't tell me how to solve the puzzle. It takes all of the enjoyment out of it. You know what I mean? My husband looks up trophy guides for PlayStation before he starts the game. He does it before? Listen, quiet shy girl, I would never tell anybody that you need to leave him. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. That is so wrong. No, that you really, though, should, I think, shut the internet off and make him start a game fresh. Be like, no, you're not allowed. You are not allowed. Before even starting the game, it's such a crime. It's such a crime, you know? I honestly would call the cops on him, you know? We gotta call about a disturbance? Yes, Yes, my husband. He's doing it again. What? What's he doing, ma'am? Is he hitting you? No. No, he's not doing that. Oh, is he threatening you? No. What's he doing? He's looking up game guides before even playing the game. My God. Where is he? They bust in the door. Stop right there, sir. Just one more. I gotta go platinum. All my friends are gonna make fun of me. And they just take him away. Get him the help he needs. I find my son will watch an entire playthrough of a game before playing it, and sometimes watch them during. That is so interesting. I wonder if that's like a generational shift, Christina. I know my nephews like to watch guys play like an entire game, and then they want to play it. Yeah, I mean, it's so odd. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm amazed that you guys do it. Like, I'll dive into a game, you're like, let's see what this is all about, Lono. Like, I would never do that. I would never do that. In your dystopian internet identity future, would this man lose his internet rights? Oh, frick you, Ashen. And yes, he would. He would at least pay a fine for misuse of information. 1 citation of misuse of information. Here you go. Pay the judge. Tell it to the judge, buddy. I used a map to complete Dark Souls 3. As soon as I found my first hidden wall, I was thinking, how much of the game have I missed? You used a map. Oh, did the map not show the hidden stuff? You'll let him know. You let him know. You let him know. You let him know. I'm writing him a citation. I usually try for a guide if I get stuck at some point. I only watch full gameplay for things I know I'll never buy. Right. I can get that. Is Lono President Snow for the future internet? That is right. That is right. And I hate to tell you, soldier, but you're not gonna make it. Do you remember that time you spoiled Spider-Man? They would like bring you before me, and I'd be like, my old friend soldier, and I'd like pat you on the back a little bit too hard. Yes, friend. Funny word, friend, isn't it? Yes. Friends put themselves before others, don't they? You're like, what are you talking about? Friends don't keep secrets. Yeah, you're right, they don't keep secrets. Unless, of course, it's a spoiler. And you're like, what? And I like pull the lever and down you go. I don't know. I give some big speech. I get you to buy in, you know. Friends don't keep secrets from each other, do they, soldier? No, absolutely not. Friends are giving, you know. They like to give. I like to give information. You're like, yes, yeah. I like the time you gave me. You'd be like, it was an accident. It was an accident, I swear. I was just making an observation. I didn't know. Don't try to talk your way out of it. It's embarrassing. You'd have the Mario sound effect? Yeah. Bloop, 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 ba-boom. I think I'd make an amazing villain. I think I would. I'd be really good at it. In a movie, guys, not in real life, like in a movie. You know, make believe. Make believe, pretend. Come on. Don't go quiet. Why is chat quiet? Don't make it awkward. Ha ha ha. I'm joking. This is funny. Don't act awkward. Why is everybody acting awkward? Life is great with a $20 tip for the alcohol problem. Keep the content coming. Thank you. I appreciate that. Life is great. Thank you. We're at, what are we at now for the booze? Like $100? Oh gosh. I think we're good. Thank you. Chat, you can't go heavy lurk when I joke like that. That is so uncomfortable. I got so uncomfortable. I was like, did I go too far? What happened? Did I go too far? They're quiet. Oh, man. Is it February yet? Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Whew. Depends. I usually use guides if I'm going for a platinum playthrough after a blind playthrough. Have you ever had a Pilsner? No, but what's his face? What, Teddy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I'm thrills for the pills. He always talks about Pilsners. Yeah. I'll try one if you got one to recommend. I missed the joke. Got to rewind. Right. You know they're working on a movie, right? We're working on what movie? We Are Judging You Silently. It's silently judging you if you are attempting to quote the Magnolia. Tom Cruise's character in Magnolia. Hey, Purple took another one. Purple took another one, dude. Nice. Oh no. Oh no. I swear to frick, I'm scared to use the map after yesterday, dude. I'm scared. Rodhouse Tannins. Oh my gosh, what the frick? Of course, unsurprising. It sounds like it sounds angry, right? Rodhouse. Only Rodhouse Pills was suggested here. No, they got Shiner Bach is suggested. They don't have that one. Sorry. It looks so adorable. The little guy on it. Das is good. Das is good beer. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody who gets scared when they hear a German accent. I am sorry. That was better. That was better than the accent. That was better than the accent. I am very proud of that one. That was a good joke. That was excellent. Because you thought I was apologizing to Germans, which don't. Why would you bother? Don't waste your time. Lono, you're scaring me. I'm sorry. That was it actually does look like a good little beer. It does. Why the fancy foil top? What is it? Champagne? Goodness gracious. Don't take yourself so seriously. You know? It's just a beer. Bach beer's not a Pilsner. Yeah, I don't know why it suggested that. Maybe it thought the spelling was similar. It was basically like, we don't have this, but we have this. It's like, what? So, let's check on the poll here. Great results here. Do you use guides and or videos to complete games faster? 69%. Oh, it just switched to 70. Whoever did that, fine. Whatever. 70-30 split. That's boring. That's okay. 70-30. You know? I think 70 is my least favorite number because you've gone past, right? 68. There's hope, right? Because you could always go, you could always go up when you could always go up. Yeah, 68's a more hopeful number. Sorry, that was me. No, it's okay. It's okay. Take our poll in the chat. Take our poll. There we go. Poop sack, I fixed it. I recently got in. Oh, you brew beer for a living. Well, awesome. That's cool. That is me and my friend used to we would do cider, and boy, that cider was dangerous, right? It was dangerous. I get so many game reminders for my kids' soccer. And what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. We've only gotten a couple of subs today. This is mostly the core audience today. So thank you guys for being here. What was I just talking about? Oh, we used to do cider, and oh my word, you had to be like very, very careful with it. Extremely careful with it, because it was like a 11 or 12%. Oh my word. You'd have like one, you'd be like, so can I have another one? And you'd get halfway through the second one, you'd just be like asleep. It's too much. Cider's always dangerous, so much sugar in the apples. Yeah, it's 68 to 69 with an IOU. What? This is a really good one from Hamburg. I doubt you'd find it in the US though. Astra? Okay. Astra. Let's see what we got. Astra. No. Nope. Sorry, Lilith. Have you tried the Iron Maiden beer called the Trooper? No, I've not. And Lono missed it? With an IOU. With an IOU. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Oh, like an I'll get you next time kind of a thing? I don't see it. What's the 8 doing? The poll could use a depends on the game option. Well, sure. It does depend on the game, right? It does depend on the game. But the point that we're making is, do you just oftentimes get to that point? It's not a matter of, the question is not, do you do it every time? The question is, do you do it? Do you get to the point where you're like, I'll forget this, and you pull up a guide? Like, is that a thing that you do? Is it? If it is, then you would answer yes. And the reason that I'm framing it that way is because in my mind, that is kind of what we were talking about this morning. Like, when you play an MMO like this, is this the type of game where you would do that? Where you'd be like, I don't want to have to figure all this out on my own, and then you go and you use a guide, right? That to me is going to be, you know, is going to be a common issue, I would think. That they would there would be like a threshold for players where it's like, I'm just looking this up, you know what I mean? This is the game where the guides are the most helpful, right? I tend to only look up guides if I'm stuck. Yeah, and getting stuck is subjective, because for some people, I'll give you an example. Why did I look up the harvesting guide? Why? I wasn't stuck, but I was like, I can't get harvesting to move. I know it'll move if I find, like, hemp or something. 20 spot from Eternal Darkness. Here's some for the beer fund. Cheers, homie. My man, thank you. That is very generous. Thank you guys for all the tips and all the memberships today. Would love to see some new subs. I think we're mostly streaming to the core audience today, which is totally fine. But if you're new and in the audience, we'd love to meet you, get you in our Discord, maybe get you in our New World company. If you are new and found this channel, hit subscribe, talk in chat, introduce yourself. I can't get many American beers here where I live, but I have some good Cali steam beers before. Love those. I don't think I've ever had one of those. So I wasn't stuck, right? I knew the solution, but the solution was, come on, this is going to take it forever. I don't know where to find hemp. You know, this is going to take a lifetime. So I looked up a video, and the guy was like, this opening area, he's like, there's plants everywhere, right? And so I made my own guide, and the guide actually did fairly well. It did fairly well. I thought it was going to take off. I thought, surely people are going to get a couple of days in, and this is going to be making them freaking batty. They're going to be like, dude, I don't want to do this. You know, it only got, you know, a little over 1,000. Now, that could take off in the coming days, though, because people could be like, you know, people could say, hey, look, you know, I didn't get a chance to play, and once more people start playing, maybe, you know. Housemark. Oh, tweeted some stuff out. I'm gonna give him some love on that tweet. Let's do this. Recently dove back into Returnal and beat Biome 4 boss and then Biome 5 and 6 in one attempt. Was thrilling. My game of the year without question. It sits in high esteem with me right next to Hellblade. Recently dove back into Returnal and beat Biome 4 boss and then Biome 5 and 6 in one attempt. Beat Biome 4 boss, Biome 5 and Biome 6 on my first attempt. It was thrilling and one of the greatest gaming and streaming experiences of my life. It was thrilling and one of the greatest gaming and streaming experiences of my life. My game of the year without question. It sits in high esteem with me right next to Hellblade. Yeah. That game, friggin' Returnal is special. It is special. It was Biome 3. It was Biome 3 boss, Biome 4 boss. I did them all on my first attempts. Biome 3 boss, Biome 4 boss, and Biome 5 and 6 on my first attempts. There we go. Yeah, the first time I got to Biome 3 boss, Biome 4 boss, first attempt, beat him, and then Biome 5 and 6, just first attempt. Game of the year without question. It sits in high esteem with me right next to Hellblade. Tweet. I want to give them some love. I want to give them some love, dude. Housemark built an amazingly super, super special game. Very special game. You had a good build all the way. It was just really thrilling that, like, the first time I faced Biome 3's boss, like, I finally got to him, beat him. First time I got to Biome 4 boss, beat him, and then I just 5 and 6, bam. Like, it just felt so, so good. Who is Asadu? Somebody just sent me a friend request, and their name is Asadu. Asadu. Am I saying it right? Asadu. I think I'm saying it right. Anyway. I just added you as a friend. Please invite me to the company when you can. Is that you, Aaron? Asadu? That's you. I knew it. Listen. I saw your avatar, but because we know somebody with the name Eugene isn't gonna make their username Asadu, you know. Friend invite. I think I got you. There you are. Invite to company. This guy. This guy. Yeah, just absolutely unbelievable. What's up, Duderina? What is up, Duderina? There's my man. Shaka Zulu. Am I saying that right? Shaka Zulu. Okay. Shaka Zulu, invite to company. Potato chip. There, you know. How do you do, fellow kids? That's me. I assume somebody didn't take Shaka Zulu from you. What is up, my fellow youth? Oh my gosh. You're not wrong, Walter. You're just anyway, that's right. That's good. That is funny. That's funny stuff. Getting in the process of getting a PC. Can't wait to join the company. Sounds good. Sounds good, T4H Gaming. That sounds very, very good. Do not invite that man. The Zulus would always declare war on me in civilization and kill me in the early stages. Calmer than you are. What a claim. Yo, what's good, Agent Atwood? Calmer than you are. I find it hard to believe all the information is being distributed from guides. I think you can still get information through word of mouth and such. You know what I mean? Like, if you... Yeah, I think so. I think so. I've found... Some people have found me. Some people have found me. They found my little running spot. There we go. There we go. I moved. I'm just drinking my coffee. Market 0. Waving a gun around. You want a tow? I can get you a tow. I can have it here by 3 p.m. with polish. This aggression will not stand, man. Oh, my word. They're nihilists, Donnie. He hits that guy with a bowling ball, dude. Whew, that would hurt. That would hurt real bad. Okay. We're working on getting a notification built for the coffee orders, so periodically I'm checking my email. I don't want people ordering coffee and not getting thanked for it. One of my favorite movies. What's good always, Snackin'? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat there. No Ghost is Game of the Year. Ghost didn't come out this year. The director's cut doesn't. I don't think the director's cut. You can't count that one. You know. I mean, that's kind of cheating. I think. I don't know. I think it's kind of cheating to count like a director's cut. It's like it came out. It had its year. It unfairly lost to The Last of Us 2. Shut up, Eugene. Just shut up. Look at all these cheaters using guides. I heard Scarlet Nexus is really good. Just came to Game Pass. Scarlet Nexus is probably one of the most playable, most accessible JRPGs that I have ever played. It has an anime built into it. So if you don't like all the cutscenes and all of the I almost said cartoons. I'm gonna bring the wrath of the weebs down on my head. If you don't like all the mini episodes, then you can skip them. It's pretty good gameplay. It's pretty good gameplay. Yeah, I didn't like Nier Automata. It was too involved. I get paralysis if there's too much information. If there's too much information on the screen, I get information paralysis. I'm like, God, what the frick do I do? You know what I mean? Early Venom reviews are terrible. Tom Hardy is said to be a bright spot in an otherwise horrible movie. How'd the first one do, Sven, though? Didn't the reviews hurt the first one too, and then we all thought it was great? I thought the first one got ripped by the reviews as well. Its combat so good in the music. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I think the music in JRPGs is terrible. I can't take it. I'm like running around in a field fighting like a snake, and somebody's just going crazy on a piano. And I'm like running, like, shush! It's too much! It's too much! It's like an epic score. It's like, it's this amazing soundtrack. And I'm like, bro, I'm fighting like a living dandelion. Like, settle down. You know? Settle down. Settle down. I can't take it. It's a stylization. It's a stylization choice that just it absolutely drives me batty. I can't take it, dude. I can't take it. Lono's favorite music is the Guardian theme from Breath of the Wild. Oh. Make a German RPG where everyone just yells and they play Flight of the Valkyries all the time. Da, 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 da. That's Flight of the Valkyries, isn't it? Da, 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 da. Isn't that what that is? Off machen. Like, what? Why are you off machen? But I'm just here to. Is there an NPC that's nice? Schnell. All right. See you later. You're like, this is so weird. It's the weirdest game I've ever played. Smash Brothers won Best Fighting Game in 2019, even though it came out in 2018. Then Mortal Kombat 2019. No, but if it was super late in the year, Atwood, if it's like after November 15th. So no, it does matter. I don't know when Smash Brothers came out, though. I was preoccupied playing the movie. I was talking about they're doing another Mario-based movie. Yeah. I still love Venom, so I don't care. Well, what did I'll look it up. Sven couldn't be bothered to answer my question, so that's fine. No, it's fine. You came in here and brought it up, and then I said, how did the first one do? And you just ignored me. Yeah, the first Venom got a 30% on the tomato meter, Sven. I'm not worried at all. It got a 30% on the tomato meter and an 81% from the audience. The reviewers ripped the first Venom to shreds, to smithereens. A 30%, and then the audience gives it an 81%? I'm telling you, superhero movies, like comic book movies, they're ripe for this. They're ripe. Man of Steel is the same thing. It's like a super low score from the critics, and then it has like a super high score with the audience. What's the divide on Man of Steel? We've talked about this before. Come on, learn to spell, Lono. Man of Steel, 56% from the tomato meter, 75% from the audience. That's solid. A 75 from the audience. Anytime if a movie has like a 70, if it has like a 70 or higher, right? I'm like, that's probably pretty good. If thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people have reviewed it and it holds a 70 or up, I'm like, that's probably a pretty good movie. It's probably pretty good. It's not going to change my life. It isn't going to change my life. It's a movie, but I'll go watch it. So the first Venom got a 30% from the critics, and then the audience gives it an 81%. That is massive. Massive difference. Wife and I just saw this a couple of days ago. Dear Evan Hansen. Oh, look at the divide. What's the divide? I don't want to click on it. Rotten Tomatoes website is like super like, ugh, like it can mess with my bit rate. I like the first Venom. I love the first Venom. Pile of heads, pile of bodies. I thought it was so funny. Eddie. 23 from the critics, 89 from the audience. Yeah. I've gotten to the point where if the critics are beating it up before it comes out, I'm like, I'll probably like it. I'll probably like it. 33.89. I saw that edit, Sven. Why do I care what an old guy thinks about a movie? Yeah. Post-credit scene for Venom 2 leaked on YouTube yesterday. It was great. Oh, it already leaked? Oh, wow. I love the Venom lines and the voice. Yeah, I thought he did a great job. Mortal Kombat came out April 2019, and it won 2020. Atwood, I'm worried that you're confused, because if it came out in 2019 and it got awarded in 2020, that's how it works. my friend. So, are you telling me, Atwood, that Mortal Kombat came out in 2019 and it was awarded Fighting Game of the Year in 2021 for the year 2020? Is that what you're telling me? Or are you telling me that it came out in 2019 and it was awarded in 2020? Can apply that logic in reverse. Last Jedi's 91 critics and 42% audience is absolute crap. That's exactly right. No. Listen, I'm here to tell you. I agree with you, Bang Bang Bowman. The audience score means more. I agree with you. The critics giving The Last Jedi a 91%, and then the audience gives it a 42. I'm going with the audience. Why? Because the audience is the audience. The audience is the audience, not some guy trying to schmooze LucasArts or Disney. That guy, the people that wrote those reviews have a vested interest in kissing the ring of Disney. They have a vested interest in saying, yeah, it's great, it's so awesome. No, it wasn't. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Best multiplayer game. Because it was still receiving content in 2020, game release in 2019, it won in December 2020. Right, but when it won in the 2020 awards for the best fighting game, the Game Awards 2020 would have been for the last... Homie, we're not even talking about that. Like, I don't think you're understanding. That's how it always will be. So the award ceremony in 2022, anything next year that they say, this is the game of the year in 2022, it'll all be stuff that came out in 2021. Last Jedi was the greatest Star Wars movie, in my opinion. It just made a lot of sense and connected missing story threads. That was so good. Oh, woo. That was good. That was good. I almost got to the end. It made a lot of sense, and it connected missing story thread. Oh. Game Awards in December 2020 awarded Mortal Kombat from April 2019, almost 2 years. Yeah, but why? Why did they do that? What? The Game Awards are in December. They're not a year behind. Wait, so I'm confused. Why did they do that with Mortal Kombat? So Atwood's right. They awarded a game from almost 2 years prior. Why did they do that? Did they explain it? Just because it's getting ongoing content? You know what I mean? I almost fell off of a ladder as you were reading that. They awarded the Ultimate Edition, says Wheezy. Okay. Oh man, I love that he wrote it as if it was in earnest. Like, I wanted to see people in chat like agree with him. Yeah, it really did. Yeah, what threads? What did it tie together? It didn't tie anything together. It was a stick of dynamite in the middle of a script. Oh, excuse me. They reserve the right to reach back if games are ongoing or get new stuff, or the field is small. Okay. So, yeah. Atwood, I don't think in that instance we could say that. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut or Death Stranding Director's Cut are going to be nominated. I don't think so. Unless there's not been enough action-adventure games that they feel are worthy of the nomination, then they might. I don't know. They may get in by pure default. Like, there's not been much that has come out. It's been a pretty thin year. You know what I mean? If you'd stopped watching in episode 6, you would have thought Palpatine was dead. Little that we knew, he wasn't dead, but he built a secret army of Star Destroyers. And Last Jedi made him dead, dead, dead. Excellent story finish. But you're using the wrong word. Last Jedi, that didn't happen in The Last Jedi. That happened in Rise of Skywalker. He had no presence in the middle movie. I bet Death Stranding will win because it's a game movie like The Last of Us 2. Oh, I'm here to tell you, if Death Stranding and Tsushima, if both director's cuts get nominated, as much as I love Tsushima, I don't think it stands a chance because Death Stranding just did so much more. I would think Death Stranding would win. They did so much more to the game and the world and everything else. I don't think Tsushima would stand a chance. But here's the thing. Returnal deserves to win. I think Returnal's the front runner. I honestly do. I think the biggest thing hurting Returnal is it didn't get the widespread sales and like acclaim that like Ratchet got. So I don't know. For action adventure or for game of the year, for like just game of the year, best game of the entire year, my vote is Returnal, right? Yeah, Last Jedi was Luke drinking the milk. Yes. 4 hours again, no cutscenes, keep beating the movie drum. You can beat the movie drum if the first 4 hours of the game is basically a movie. It doesn't have to be ongoing, Eugene. It doesn't have to be ongoing. If the first 4 hours of Ghost of Tsushima was like 3 hours of cinematics and story building, I would be like, it's like a quasi-movie. That's not a slam. Kojima basically makes you watch a movie before you get to the meat of his game. I think it's a fair summary. It's a movie game. He makes you watch a movie before you get to the game. It's a movie game. Come on. 4 hours. Not you, but even the people that are saying it, Eugene, I don't think they're being inaccurate or unfair. If I made you watch an entire episode of Lord of the Rings where you periodically got to move the character around before you could play a Lord of the Rings game, you'd be like, this is kind of a movie game. What the frick? You can't even skip the cutscenes. Master Ty says, I beat the game. It has over 7 hours of cutscenes in the whole game. I've played all of Kojima's games. That's how he is. Yeah, I think it's a fair assessment. Kojima's like a low-key director and a movie and a game maker. Like, he's kind of both. He could make, I got to tell you right now, he could make a killer, absolutely killer HBO series. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh man, he could make a good one. He could. Why do you keep calling Game of the Year Halo Returnal? Say it right. Papa Halo. You can skip? I don't think so. I don't think you could skip the cutscenes. Can you? I mean, I wasn't going to. You can't skip the cutscenes in Ghost of Tsushima. It doesn't let you. Even the small cutscenes. You know? I want a movie of the Kojima guy. Right. Yeah. I think he does an excellent job. I'm not criticizing him at all. I'm not. Listen, if I had a more traditional job and I would like sit down on the weekends and have like a big block of time to play games, I would get to a point where I would hack my way through Death Stranding. You know? I would play, Tsushima to completion. I'd play Returnal to completion, Ratchet and Clank to completion. I'd probably go back and do Valhalla and Odyssey, and eventually I'd be like, all right, I don't have much left. I'm gonna take a crack at Death Stranding. I don't have a life where it fits, but I would see. I think the game is good. It is beautiful. You can skip. It feels like such a disservice to skip those scenes, though. I wasn't even tempted to hit the button, right? I wasn't even tempted to hit the button. I couldn't do it. It's so mysterious. It's so interesting. It's terrible for streaming. I've been looking for a heavier series to get into since Mayor of Easttown ended. I now want a Kojima True Detective on HBO. Yeah. Squid Game's pretty good on Netflix. I've been watching that. It's pretty good. I wish there was a version. There might be a version. It's too late now. I wish there was a version where it was in Korean. Because I think the dub is fine, but I think it hurts the severity of some of the scenes. I would prefer to have it in Korean and just read subs. What do you think about book games, text-heavy RPG games? It is in Korean. My version's got a dub. I didn't even press anything. It's just doing a dub. Oh, I could probably go into the settings and just change that when I'm on an episode. I'm an idiot. I should have done that in the beginning. It's too late now. I'm like super far into it. I might switch it because it's getting pretty serious. It's getting pretty dope. I'm dumb. I've not watched a lot of sub content on Netflix, so I was just like, oh, they gave us an English dub. That's just what we get. I didn't know you could switch it. You've been watching Korean whole time? Yeah, I prefer Japanese in Ghost of Tsushima. We all know Lono doesn't read. I read Ghost of Tsushima, and I would read Squid Game. I would really, really enjoy it. I was talking to my Korean friend about there's similarities between like Korean and Japanese, and I told him that it sounds like percussion to me because there's like that duk, 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 like they speed up and it sounds like little drum beats. And he explained why there are similarities between Korean and Japanese, and he said that Chinese is all intonation. It's like yong hong yong yong. It's like it sounds like almost like dissonant music sometimes to listen to someone speak Chinese. And I think that's why I prefer. I think Korean and Japanese sound so cool. And he kind of explained it to me. And I was like, I think it sounds like percussion. Like, I love the sound. I love listening to it. Because he speaks to, his family and his kids in both English and Korean. And so I just made that observation, and he explained, like, why that is, why they sound similar. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I think Chinese is harder to learn because of that. Because, like, intonation is harder to teach than just basic pronunciation, Like, I can teach you how to say the word encyclopedia. I can break it up phonetically and go encyclopedia. Like, I can break it up for you. But if you had to say encyclopedia like encyclopedia, if like I had to teach you the tone of saying it right, that's so much harder. You'd be like, golly, like you gotta get each piece's tone right, and especially if it like runs together like that, it'd be much harder to learn. Much harder. Original language with subs always the best. Oh, I agree. Yeah. Chinese sounds rough on my ears. Yeah, well, he's Korean, so he could speak a little Japanese, and he knew a little bit of Chinese, and he gave me examples. And I think Chinese is less pleasant to listen to. I don't like it as much as Japanese or Korean. I think they sound more like little percussion beats, and it's fast and it's cool and it's rich sounding. And if you're not accustomed to Chinese, it has a very dissonant sound, Japanese and Mandarin both seem really hard to learn. I'm sure they're all hard to learn. I'm sure, but I bet you Chinese is more challenging because you have to learn intonation, which isn't the same as just learning the pronunciation of a word. You can poorly pronounce a word. He was saying penalty kick, and he was saying penalty kick. He was running it together, and I knew what he was saying, right? So even if your pronunciation of something is rough, you can kind of deduce what they're saying. You're like, oh, I know what they're saying, right? If it's all pronunciation based, I think it's a little bit easier to mash it together and make it work. Intonation is just so different. Somebody asked me, Murph said, will you be checking out Alan Wake Remastered? It looks pretty good at 4K 60. Did it already launch? I would like to check it out, but if it's already launched, we may have missed the boat. Brandon said, calling the free server migration a holding pattern is fair, but it's a solid fix since does leveling really matter for the experience of an MMO? I think you might have misunderstood the point I made at the beginning of the video today. I think you may have missed the point. The point that I was making was that if a bunch of people do this as essentially a holding pen, right, and they're in a new free server purely as a holding pen, and then later they want to move their character to the more popular servers, these new servers could become ghost towns because everyone's like, well, I only went there so that I could make my character. Well, I'm getting the frick out of here now. I'm moving. And it could perpetuate the problem. It could. It could perpetuate the problem. So, did you see the God of War tweets I posted this morning? Well, it was Christopher Judge, right? He's the reason for the delay. He got injured. And they were like, it's fine. That was how I skimmed it. He seemed like he wasn't super adept at tweeting. He didn't do a tweet thread. He did like individual tweets. He like hurt his back or something, and they were very accommodating, which they kind of have to be. You're not much of a game without him, dude. He's it, you know. God of War as a franchise will struggle if they ever have him drift out of the frame in a permanent way, you know. 2019, he had surgeries and replacements, so they paused development. Oh. He had both hips replaced? My gosh. What a guy. What a guy. That's tough. That's tough right there. You're not messing around. Let me be more specific. Alan Wake Remastered comes out this upcoming Tuesday, October the 5th. We may try and snag some gameplay footage of it, Murph. We'll see. We'll see. They lost a full year or so pre-Sicky. So before Sicky hit in 2020, they were already they were already behind because of his surgery. Yeah. Man, that's tough. That's tough. And see, this is why, right? This is why all of the people that were like cross-generational support and and I'm like, I try to tell people, I was like, dude, the development cycle for this game was probably already in full swing before PS5 dev kits were in distribution, before they even considered the power of a PS5. This thing was probably already in production. And come to find out, I was right. And they had to stop production in 2019 because Christopher Judge had surgery. Like, be cross-generational. Shut the frick up. Shut the frick up. You don't understand the industry. The cross-generational support is holding the industry back. Read a book. Read a book about dev cycles and then shut your frickin' mouth. None of these games were in development for PS5 and they were like, but hang on, we gotta do cross-generational support, so you better hold that game back. People don't know what they're talking about. Just clickbait garbage to generate negative press about a game that was accommodating to its lead actor after he had major surgery. And you're out here talking about cross-generational supports holding back the industry. You're holding back the industry. Not a game that's been in development for years, launching on multiple both new and old platforms. Why are you yelling at me? This is what I don't like, okay? In all the years that I've covered gaming and discussed gaming with the public, I think my least favorite is when someone attempts to sound intelligent and they're not. I would rather deal with like ignorant rants and misguided anger because you can teach those people. You can raise their consciousness. You can have a dialogue with that person, right? You can't have a dialogue with somebody who's attempting to like wax intelligent and all they're doing is spreading misinformation. You know what I'm saying? I don't like faux intelligent people. I don't. I would rather deal with a dum-dum than someone who postures intelligent. I don't know. It's why I can't stand the water is wet, hot dog is a sandwich debates, because they're disguised, like they're trying to act as if it's an intelligent debate, and they're not. They're not. You're in a weird mood today. Not bad. Funny, actually, but weird. Like, combination of joyful and wrathful. Well, I what's Bill Burr say? He's like, I idle at 75. Yeah, I mean, I idle at 75, so I can be laughing and having a good time, but like, you know what? Frick you. Like, I can immediately tap into the rage. It's right there. It's right there on the surface. It's like an alligator, you know? It's like the eyes are always popping through the surface, like at any time it can be like, ah. But is ketchup a smoothie? I'm watching you, Sven. I'm watching you. I feel very attacked right now. That's my secret, Cap. I'm not smart. I just make people think I'm smart. Like, this is it's gonna sound arrogant. It's gonna sound arrogant, but you know, it would be like if, okay, so somebody knows when they're good at a sport, okay? Like Michael Jordan knew he was good at basketball, okay? So there's nothing wrong with knowing you're good at something, okay? And I know that when it comes to gaming and gaming breakdowns and commentary in the industry, I know that I am intelligent. I do. It's not arrogant, because arrogance would be I'm intelligent and therefore I'm better than other people. That's not the same. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is knowing you're good at something and applying yourself to it. Arrogance is knowing you're good at something and thinking it makes you better than other people. I don't think it makes me better than other people. I enjoy, like I said, I would rather talk to people who are less educated in the realm of game development and the gaming industry. I would much rather talk to those people because they can be informed. I cannot stand the fakes and the phonies for a variety of reasons, right? I can't take it. I can't take it. The false intelligence and the false virtue, it just irks me. It irks me. Because it's not real. It's fake. It's phony. You know what I mean? What if you know you're more intelligent and better? You just don't think it, you know it? But what does being better than somebody else mean? Now, if you say I'm better at chess than my 7-year-old daughter, right? Of course I'm better. So better in what capacity, right? Am I better at creating content? That's up to the public. That's like, I can look at the skill set and say, I'm really good at this, I'm smart, like I can handle this, I can create good content. But whether or not you're quote unquote better is usually determined by some measure of competition, right? Who won the game, who scored more points, things like that, right? So I've never thought, oh, I'm better at making content than these other people. Now, I look at the way some people create content, and I definitely say to myself, I can do a better job. I can be more professional. I can have a cleaner production value. I can be more focused. I can be better. I can be more well-spoken with less stammering and, you know, and ums and uhs and bleh. Like, I really try to work on that, right? And that's not me saying, oh, I'm better than that person. It's like, well, I think I could do a better job. I think I could apply the trade and the tools and what I know, and I think I could do a better job than that person, right? Now, who's better is not always determined by just your opinion or a couple other people's opinion. In this realm, you know, usually it's determined by who's getting support and who's getting, you know, views and all of that. You know what I mean? You can know you're better than most at something, but you also have to be aware that there's someone out there who would run rings around you. That's right. Be humble is what people who aren't better say. Oh, PlayStation got another acquisition. Blue Point. What are their games? Blue Point Dev. That sounds familiar. Blue Point Games. Blue Point Games. Metroid Prime, Blast Factor. Oh, wait, they've done some of the remasters. Haven't they done remasters? Yeah, Demon Souls. That's it. I was like, they've done some of the remasters. Yeah. That's good. That's a good snag. That's a good snag. You want a good remaster company. Do you want to know what they're probably going to be working on? I bet you they're going to have them working on PC ports. Because they want to have that like Sony Studios storefront full of good games, and they're probably going to be using Blue Point to do it, I would think. They really proved themselves with that Demon Souls. You know what I'm saying? It's not a combo I can have 200 characters at a time. Hang on, I can't scroll up. It's being weird. Couldn't disagree harder. They did Shadow of the Colossus remake. They already have a studio that does PC ports. Yeah, but don't you think they want more Wiis? You want one studio handling every port? Wouldn't you want? I would think you'd want to have multiple irons in that fire. I could be wrong. They could just be wanting Blue Point to do remasters for PS5, and then they'll let some other port company handle the ports. Yeah, I know what Nixus. Yeah. But does that mean? But every port's going to go through Nixus? I feel like that would really slow things down. Blue Point does remakes. I guess remakes are different than ports. Yeah. You're probably right. So they'll probably be spearheading the remakes for PS5. So PS5 starts to have like a really, really nice Rolodex of remasters for PS5. Like Demon Souls. Yeah. No. That's good. That's a good point. My prediction's probably a little off there. Especially since they already have a PC porter. And there's a big difference between a remaster and a port. You know. I've been following Skyblivion Project, and while there's no definitive release date, have you had any interest in it? Thoughts about its viability? I actually don't even know what that is. That's the first I've heard about it. They did the Uncharted remakes? Oh, really? We already had this conversation a week ago? Did we? This was unofficial months ago? Oh, yeah, we did. It was rumored. That's right. It was like rumored and unofficial a couple of months ago. Blue Point. That's right. Yeah. Hang on a minute. What is this game? A game called Succubus on October the 5th. What is it? The basic version of the game is censored, so it's good for YouTube. Yeah, probably not a game I can play and cover. They're sending me keys for it, but and keys available for Bonfire Peaks. Sounds not safe for work. Yeah, what's that? I know that word. It's understood to be a demon in female form that appears in dreams to seduce men. Right. Well, there you go. That's definitely not. All right, guys, we'll be playing that Monday morning. We'll be checking that one out, guys. They sent me a code, and we really appreciate it. Holy Lord! Like, oh my! And then we lose all of our audience members. They're like, come on, Lono. Yeah, they say they have a censored version for YouTube and Purple, but I'm like, that's okay. That's all right. That's one of the things, like I'm married with 2 kids, but there's elements of the world I'm naive about. Like, I read that word and I was like, what is that? What is that? What does that mean? Huh? Get out my little phone and like Google it. Oh! You know what I mean? It was like when I started using that Steam database tool, and I was like, why are all these games fuzzed out? Like, I can't see them, and I clicked on them, and I was like, oh my word! What a world we live in, a huge industry for these kind of games. Holy moly! Yeah. When you're just naive enough, that it's funny. I Googled it, and here come the targeted ads. Right. I looked something up the other day. It was somebody in a movie. Was it the girl in True Detective? And I'm not kidding you. I did it on my PC. I was streaming with you guys. I just searched her name just to see what else that she had been in. And all of a sudden, if I open up Instagram, she's in there as suggested images. And I'm like, what? I was like, that's not even the same device. How is that possible? What kind of voodoo is going on? I was like, we literally looked her up. We were looking up somebody else too. The girl from Knives Out, who's in the newest Bond movie. Looked up her name to see what other stuff that she was in. Like, IMDb puts all that stuff right at the top of Google. And all of a sudden, on my phone, not on my PC, Instagram, there she sits as suggested images in Instagram. The what? What are you doing? IP and social sharing data? No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that because it's Instagram. Like, most of the pictures on there are just like, photo shoots and stuff. Not that kind of stuff. I mean, she was in True Detective, for crying out loud. Like, log into HBO if you want to see them. Instagram's not the place for that. You're probably using the same account on multiple devices, though. But I did a Google search. It's not the same. It's not the same login. You use Chrome logged in on multiple devices. But I'm not logged into Chrome here. I don't use Chrome on this device. That's why it tripped me out. This device, everything's different, everything's separate. That's why it tripped me out. My wife and I were talking about an actress the other day, and all of a sudden she started showing up in my stuff. I didn't search it, didn't look it. We were talking about somebody. We were trying to remember somebody that was in a movie, and I was like, and we mentioned her name, and all of a sudden she was in my stuff. I was like, what? Friggin' Big Brother, dude. I'm getting married Saturday. My fiance I talked about when to have kids. Facebook started suggesting baby items to her right after. Yeah. Yep. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You sound like a guy trying to build an alibi for your wife. No, I don't need to do that. Why would I need to do that? Why would I be searching for that particular actress on Instagram? I don't even use Instagram. I kept forgetting to post my reels. Creature's like, have you posted those reels to Instagram and TikTok? This stuff is always listening. Really? That is weird. That is weird. Like having a conversation with somebody and then opening your phone and seeing stuff that you just talked about. That's freaking weird. You know what I mean? You know what you should do? If you want to get a discount on something, just start talking about it. Man, I don't know. I'd like to get a big LED television. I really like the Samsung model XYZ90, but just would love to see a coupon for that, like a discount or a sale. Yeah, well, I guess I'll keep waiting and then just keep checking. You keep checking your phone. You're like, it worked. You're like, bing, I saved $150. Man, I could really go for a ribeye steak, but man, they're so expensive. You know, I mean, if they were having a sale on ribeye steaks at the local butcher, I think I might pick up a few. But, you know, I'm looking for a sale on ribeye steaks. Like, say it very clearly. Yeah, game the system. That's right. Rageless Roast Coffee. Yeah, you guys need to all consistently mention and talk about Rageless Roast Coffee and search for it on Google. And then all of a sudden, they'll start feeding Rageless Roast Coffee ads to you and other people. Well, we don't pay for any ads, so it probably wouldn't work. You see the new Amazon robot called Astro that patrols your house? No, Anytime I look up something to buy, it's all of my ads on every website. Become about whatever else I was looking up. It's absolutely wild. I'll put items in saved. Not a week goes by that item will start decreasing in price. Yeah, my wife does that. That's good. That's some good life hacks for Amazon. That's right. Hey, Rageless Lono Roast, how coffee are by you do it today doing? Well, that sentence is weird. If you have TikTok on your phone, you pretty much give up all data privacy. Well, we've been trying to put our shorts over there. And to see how they would, do. On TikTok and Insta. TikTok, none of them have really taken off. There was one on Insta that did pretty well. I think it was the New World Tadpole one. Got like 2,000 views or something. The method is called cross-site tracking, and it's used widely. I remember working at a tech company, and they were looking into targeting advertisements, and there was some way that they were going to do that. Yeah. So what we were going to do is... If you get coffee with extra caffeine, call it Rageful Roast. Yeah, we don't have anything like that. What we were going to do today is we want to make sure we give ample time to play the game and to make progress. Like, I've been sitting here making sure that I stay in the server and don't get kicked out, which obviously will skew my playtime. It'll look like I played more than I actually have, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah. Talk show numbers were so strong yesterday. Maybe server queues isn't a good. Maybe it's not a good topic. We thought it would be a pretty popping topic, so we'll see. Tomorrow's topic, I think, what we'll go with is weapon mastery versus classes as like a topic for the day discussion. Break it down with you guys, and then dive into more gameplay. We covered server queues this morning. If you guys missed the talk, it's at the beginning of the episode. Looking at Steam achievements is a hoot. Yeah. So what we need to do is here. I need to get the next thing scheduled. We were gonna tack on like an hour of gameplay to this stream, but it's performing too poorly to do that. We need to jumpstart. We need to jumpstart another one. Hang on a second. Okay. I've been shortening our... Yeah, there we go. I've been shortening the section of, like, our sponsors at the bottom. Let me get the new... I made a new thumbnail. Yesterday's thumbnail was so killer. I was so sad that it didn't get a lot of use. I was very, very sad that it didn't get a lot of use. I was very bummed. Save image as... So we use 11 to change this one's thumb to take the live off. Change. Okay. Okay. We got to get the next one scheduled so that we can go over to it for gameplay. That's all good. Set it for noon. There we go. Oh, my hair is so tall I can like feel it like wobbling. I'm finally getting it cut on Friday. Yeah, some guy said he was at his mom's house for a while, came home, and started getting ads for the toothpaste he used at her house. That's insane. That's crazy. That is crazy town. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to change the thumb on this one to the one that has the 11. Take that live off. Queues is not exactly a word I would search. New World server queues was like a high, it was actually a very, very high and common and predicted thing. Like a lot of people were looking for it. Now, if it's calmed down, that could be part of the problem. You know, we thought that was the right call because a week from now, no one's talking about server queues. Does that make sense? So you're never gonna bat perfectly. Some of the like yesterday first impressions we had really, really great results from. So maybe tomorrow talking, weapon mastery versus classes. Maybe that'll do a little bit better, Speaking of Rageless Roast, I need a restock. New product idea. Yeah, Rageless Toast. That's right. Town project started. Huh. That Twitter thread is very interesting. Most people don't even know how to properly spell queues. Why didn't talking about queues work out? You guys tuned in massive. The core audience really, really did. You guys were great, but YouTube didn't think it was a good video. We didn't get put into any good lanes today. Yesterday we had a great, like it put us right in a healthy lane, and we met a lot of new folks. So I'm not discouraged at all. I'm not. I actually think that you guys tuning in big numbers is encouraging. You know what I mean? I bet if you tracked time played along with XP earn or quest completed, you may find a bunch of AFK macros to hold places. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Because people want to get in, but then they might not be able to play right then and there. That's part of the problem, That's part of the problem. I thought today's main topic was a good topic. No, I thought it was good. I thought we had a great discussion this morning. I really did. I'm not discouraged at all. We're making adjustments each day around what we feel like is the right call. You know what I mean? Because it's if we're gonna cover this game, there we go. Another coffee order. Dark roast to Sid. If we're gonna cover this game, you know what I mean? We got coffee orders, we got tips, we got members, we got new subs. That's all that matters. I'm just saying, if we're going to cover this game, we have to consider that, like, what's a topic people are interested, what are people going to want to see coverage of, because we have to consider, if I'm right and a lot of the people playing this game are more casual and more mid lane, I think I'm the perfect content creator for them. That's who I took up for, and that's who I made content for in the other game we used to cover, and I think that was one of the reasons why we started to become a very popular hub, because we were kind of the everyman's stream. We were kind of the everyman's, every woman's stream. It's like the more average, the more casual player, the more everyday, player could enjoy the content. Hardcores are going to be a little less likely to come and discuss at length certain things because they're going to watch the guides and just go grind. 3 bags is best for shipping. Don't go over 3. And if you're at 2, you might as well do 3. Basically, order 1, 3, or 6 is basically the orders you should, because 6, once you cross up to 5, once you cross up to 4, you might as well do like 5 or 6 because you're paying for a friggin' box. You know what I mean? Why don't you say the name of the game anymore? Because YouTube tracks that kind of stuff, you know? And if I'm honest, a lot of you guys still consume a lot of that content, and it's not great. We don't want to attract that. We gotta start to attract people that play and consume other games, because if not, we're gonna hit a rut. And so we need lots of people to come in that are not from that world, you know. So it's possible they analyze the video and they see less movement and use that in their algorithm to make suggestions. No. Movement, like me moving? I don't think so, no. 2 bags is 10 shipping, 3 bags is 15 shipping. That sound right? I don't think, no. The shipping shouldn't, because if you're in America, as soon as you go to 2 bags, it's using a padded flat rate envelope. So it's a flat rate envelope. The bag, the price shouldn't change. If it's showing 15 for 3 bags, that doesn't make any sense to me. Unless, do you live outside of America, Abe? That's the only reason it should do that. You're in California? Yeah, the flat rate price shouldn't change for Cali. Like, it would only... The only reason it changes if you live outside of America is because it's a first-class label, and first-class labels, the price adjusts according to weight. So... Have a talk show where Lono dances the entire time. I mean, that down in the corner moves, that up there moves. Like, I don't think that they don't base anything off of that. No. I may start to order extra bags myself. I want to introduce my mom and dad to your coffee. I've told people before, man, order 3 bags. You know, get a light in the dark, and then get a third for a friend. And then if they really like it, tell them. You know. Let's see. Domestic flex. U.S. priority mail. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, Creature needs to look at that. It should not be giving you U.S. priority mail domestic flex. It should be giving you the price for a flat rate padded envelope. That's, it's not, it's calculating as if I'm going to just do it first class mail, and we're not allowed to do that in America. It has to be, as soon as you go past a certain amount of ounces, I cannot use first class label. Just a heads up, my boss told us as of October 1st, all postage with the USPS is increasing. What if I want it now? Are you using a VPN? No, he plugged in the Californian. It's got his zip code right there. It's got his city and zip code right there in the screenshot, and it knows that he's in California. Like, it should be calculating as if it's a flat rate envelope. Yeah, Canada shipping, yeah, was a little bit high. Yeah. Will my coffee be in K-Cups in the future? No, it will not. You can buy reusable K-Cups off of Amazon and just order our coffee ground. So, man, Flizzies is like so far behind. Talking about Returnal and Game of the Year and stuff. Flizzies is not watching live. Holy moly. Yeah, Abe, I don't know. If you want to add Creature and see if he can take a look at it, it shouldn't be doing that. Am I going to be doing whole bean at some point? No. Whole bean, it's too expensive. We have to buy like a skid of like 500 bags. We have to buy like a skid of like 500 bags. And we can't do like 250 whole bean, 250 ground. Like, we can't do that. It's all or nothing. And whole bean would sell a lot slower than ground. You got 10 people in a room, two, maybe 3 people would order the whole bean, and everybody else would be like, I need it to be ground. You know what I mean? I saw your tweet, and now it has me wanting to return to Returnal. I'm telling you, the rebalancing made a huge difference, Gritter. It really, really did. They smoothed over number 3, and it makes the game significantly, I think, better, personally. Playing through 4, 5, and 6, to me, I have no doubt. I have no doubt that that they really overshot on 3. 3 is meant to be a barrier to the second half of the game, but it was too much. Did you hear Tim the Tatman's coming to YouTube? I might be a bit behind. I'll refresh. That was good. That's actually a very good joke. Back live, my bad. No, you're good. You're good. We wanted you to know. I don't care if you're behind, but for your sake, we want to let you know, like, we were talking about that 30 minutes ago, homie. 5 and 6 are hard to tell because your build was stupid. That is true. I was able to cheese a couple of those rooms with my little buddy. You know, my little warp buddy or whatever he was called. I'd kill for whole bean. My grinder's feeling neglected. It just isn't feasible, you know. It just is not feasible. We're looking at Frickmas and a select and all of that, and you know. What are you suggesting here? That we move the option, that we just move option 3 to 2? Yeah, I don't know why the rule cost is doing that for 3. I'm not familiar with why we did that. It shouldn't be doing that on a flat rate bag. On a flat rate bag, if someone orders 3 or 2, the postage is the same. So I'm not sure why we did that. I'm having a hard time remembering why we did that. Oh, we didn't think 3 would fit. We thought, okay. Yeah. We thought they were going to have to go up to a box. That's why. Because originally, we thought we were going to always have to bump people up to a box. Because the boxes are more expensive or whatever. I mean... right now, 2 and 3 should basically be the same. 2 and 3 should be the same. Possible video ideas. What should I be doing as a member of a company? Game doesn't really explain that well. We might have to look into that today. I don't actually know. Okay, it should be corrected now, Abe. It should be corrected now. Yeah, we can look at that today. I mean, I'm in the game. We probably should switch over to gameplay. We probably should switch over. Give me a quick second to run upstairs and use the restroom, and then we're going to jump into some gameplay. I've ensured that I've stayed in the server this entire time. I kind of hate to do that, to just take up a spot for 2 hours, but we don't have the luxury of risking what happened yesterday. So, give me just a quick second. I'll be right back. YouTuber. This YouTuber plays video games during normal hours. We're gonna try to. So, all right. Let us move here. Ah, my face itches. Okay. Okay. I'm going to post a link in chat. That is where we are heading. And also... redirect should bring you. So I am in the game. This is where we're headed right now. There's a link in chat. Here, let me end the poll. There's going to be a link in chat. That is where we are headed. Redirect should take you over there. When you get taken over by redirect, autoplay doesn't always work. You may actually have to like hit play after so many seconds or something. So we will we'll be heading over there for gameplay, trying to chop up, what to do next, what to work on next. And it's super helpful. If I know a lot of you guys are like fans of the talk show and you're like, man, the talk show's getting cut kind of short. It's super helpful if you come over and hang out for gameplay. I also have a premiere over on Presents later this afternoon. And so even if you only come over and hang out for about 30 minutes or so, there's 272 people. And if we can start a stream with that many, that would be amazing. Okay, if we could start a stream with that many people, that would be amazing. So come on over with us. We will we'll see you over there for gameplay, for New World gameplay.